Hi, my name is Kim Ducharme. I am going to share my learning analytics project with you, which is in the form of a research proposal. So the topic is maker-centered learning, and the subtopic is refining learning design through multimodal learning analytics. So what is maker-centered learning? What's it about? As the core constructivist framework underlying Maker Ed curricula, constructionism operates on the premise that new ideas form and take hold when learners engage in the act of making physical artifacts, reflect on their personal relevance, and share them with others. But what are they doing, and are they learning? They're solving authentic problems. They're working on 21st century learning skills like critical thinking, creative problem solving, collaboration, and technology literacy, all important for succeeding in today's modern work world. The underlying constructivist methods for building knowledge thrive on ill-defined and ill-structured problems. Maker-centered learning is messy. This becomes a problem in K-12 schools when it comes to assessment. Maker elements to the rescue. So MIT's Playful Journey Lab has proposed a solution to the K-12 assessment problem in the Beyond Rubrics Toolkit, which contains tools to facilitate evaluation and support of the making process, good for facilitators and student makers. So the elements are agency, design process, social scaffolding, productive risk-taking, troubleshooting, bridging knowledge, and content knowledge. So what are the research questions? We want to know, how do you support the maker elements pedagogically? How do you foster these skills and dispositions in students? And what learning analytic measures will indicate the extent to which that support was effective? So imagine a scenario, a multi-generational 4-week workshop which holds 2-hour sessions once a week in a makerspace. So the project will devise a set of learning designs and tools to support facilitation and fostering of the maker elements. It will identify which elements are salient within each step of the activity and what data can be gathered using what modes and methods of analysis. So let's map on the plan to a few maker elements. I've picked out social scaffolding and productive risk-taking. Now remember the details on those. Social scaffolding, I am an active participant in a community that supports everyone's learning. And productive risk-taking states, I can try out ideas outside of my comfort zone and learn from failures. Now let's go back and think about the scenario. So here is what I call a journey map, and it's of the first week of the workshop, which is on circuit art. And as you see, what we have is some swim lanes. In the first lane, you see activities. So what are they doing over time in the 2-hour workshop? And then the next lane down is starting to tease out some of the emotions, pain points, barriers to success. You want to proactively anticipate these kinds of things to design for it. And then the next swim lane is the learning design lane. So that is starting to address both supporting the activity and some of the potential pain points that might need to be solved for. So if we go to the right, we see the activities all the way over to the right. Um, and we also see down below those 3 lanes are 2 more lanes. And these are the data indicator lanes for the 2 maker elements that we pulled out: social scaffolding and productive risk taking. So you'll see under the third activity, which is meet, check in, and do a warm-up activity, what might be some of the problems there? Might somebody be afraid to speak up? How might we make them more comfortable? So offering choice, modeling the activity, and what might be some of the indicators that we could look for. So we could look for quantitative and qualitative measures. Here I've noted the number of conversations, the nature of the conversations. Either of these could be collected via observation or video. And we have self-report. So that might be a post survey, an interview. They might be using a mood meter at scheduled or random intervals. So what you're looking at here is multimodal learning analytics. It's just too complex of an environment. There's too much going on. It's too messy to rely on a single data point to try to figure out what's going on and how your learning designs are doing. So here is a set of 2 more activities. You see the gray outlines around brainstorm design for the greeting cards and make the greeting cards. So what might happen around brainstorming? They might be worried about getting it wrong. Are their ideas good enough? So here you want to really teach the process, the design thinking process, and you want to get that muscle memory in them enough so that they begin to trust in the process. What might we see at this stage in the game for social scaffolding? We might look at the number of conversations happening, the nature of the conversation, self-report again, so the same. And as far as the next one down, which is productive risk-taking, we might look for the number of artifacts, the smiles, the frowns, so the emotions going on. And this all is now transferred into a data sheet, which is the multimodal learning plan. Let me go to that. So this is pulling out the activities, matching them up with the maker element, thinking about possible data indicators, modes of collecting, and data types and methods. So you can see there's a whole table of these. Let's see. So what is the significance of this? Fostering learner and educator awareness of maker elements helps to ensure successful maker experiences. Supporting these experiences can be informed and improved upon by multimodal learning analytics. And as makers become more aware of their emotions, thinking, and skills, they develop a culture of awareness and a positive cycle of learning. Looking forward, what might we do if we're successful with this research? We might think about how to foster these skills and dispositions in students in a different context. And that might come with a different set of analytical measures. There are all sorts of ways in which we can build on the analytics in this complex maker-centered learning environment.